Hey, what's up everybody? I am Allison and this is Solo Half Reviews. We're going to be doing a lot more of these. Well, okay, me. I am going to be doing a lot more of these. So I am with Better Half Reviews, but I'm going solo for some games. Today we're going to be talking about Everdell, and that is published by Starling Games, designed by James A. Wilson, and the art is by Andrew Bosley. So if you're watching this, hopefully you know how Everdell plays. I'm not going to explain the entire game, so if you need more instruction on that, go watch our other review on Everdell. So you're playing against Rugwort, the evil rat. And in my game, it comes with these meeples for him because we have the collector's edition. So let's take a look at how that plays. Alright, so playing solo Everdell with Rugwort. In the collector's edition, you get the Rugwort meeples and the 8-sided die. So how you play the game is his meeples block certain spots. So right now he only has the 2 since it's the start of the game. He blocks one of the wood spices and one of the forest locations. And then you play your game. So obviously you can't go there and you can't go here. When you play the game, anytime you buy a card, either from your hand or from the meadow, and you replace it, that's when you're going to roll this die and you take the corresponding card. So I rolled a 5. I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 5th spot card, and that goes to Rugwort. Other than that, your turn is not changing. So whatever you do, you just keep going, you place your meeples, you gain your resources, but anytime you get a card, Rugwort gets a card. And what's fun about playing solo is there's different difficulties. So there's year 1, 2, and 3. And so some of the cards are worth more and more points, or the special events are worth more and more points for Rugwort. And with the events, just think of it as overall, whatever you don't get, he's going to get. And he gets points for them. But the tricky thing is when you change seasons and he gets his extra meeple, all his meeples are going to move around. So this meeple will go to the resin spot. This one will now move down to the next location, and this one will block one of the cards. So now you can no longer get cards in this spot. Rugwort still can, but you can't. So finally when you get this, he's going to block at the second location, block stone. And then with these, the final season, he's going to block the entire top row. This guy, he actually goes down at the very bottom to this location. And that's just to get straight up points at the very end of the game. His meeples make it hard to get certain cards. It's challenging, it's fun, and that's kind of how the setup looks like. And again, if you don't get these special events, he gets them all. And with these basic events, you know you need to collect 3 of a certain type of card or 4 of a certain type of card. If you don't get 3 of a certain type and put your meeple on it before he does, he's going to get that event. And then you add up your scores in the end, and hopefully you defeated Rugwort. As you get better and better at this game, you can up it and play at year 2 or year 3 difficulty. Now that you've taken a look at how this plays and how Rugwort affects the board and the spaces, let's talk about how I feel about the game. This is one of my most favorite games to play solo. I mean, I haven't played a ton of solo games before, but from what I've played, this is one of my favorites. It is top notch. I love that Rugwort doesn't have a lot of upkeep. So when you're playing the game, you don't feel like you're necessarily playing 2 entirely different games and like, okay, wait, what am I supposed to do for Rugwort now? It's super simple. You buy a card, okay, roll the die, okay, Rugwort gets that card. So easy. And playing this solo allows my analysis paralysis to come out because I don't have to worry about anybody at the table saying, hurry up, Alison. I can just sit there and think for like 10 minutes sometimes. Like, okay, I need to do this. But I need to get this special event before Rugwort gets it. I love how thinky this game can be. And I love that my turns are not interrupted. I can go, okay, I want to go here. And now I'm going to go here. It doesn't get taken up by anybody else playing with me because no other meeples are on the board other than rugworts, and they're already placed before I start. And I like the challenges with the different years. So when you're new to this game and you're playing year 1, you're like, man, I'm never gonna beat this game. And then finally, after you've played it several times, you're on year 3 and you're like, I've got this. Some games you're gonna do amazing, and other games are gonna be super hard depending on what special event cards you get, because playing by yourself, you go through less cards, and so you may not see those specific cards that you need. For me, I do a little bit of house ruling, and when you're changing seasons, in the summer when you take cards from the meadow, I pretend and have Rugwort take 2 cards away, but I discard those so that more cards are showing up. And that helps to mitigate not seeing very many cards, especially when you're playing by yourself. One thing that would be nice for this game is to have a score pad. You don't have that in the base game or the collector's edition, but you do actually get that in one of the expansions. The hardest part about this game is making sure you add up all the points correctly. With Rugwort, any purple cards he receives, that gets him a little bit of extra points compared to all the other cards. And counting up his cards aren't that bad. You don't actually look at the specific numbers or abilities. You just count, okay, he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They're all worth 2. He gets 20 points. It's super easy to add it, to play with it. I really recommend playing Everdell solo. Sometimes I kind of like it better than playing against other people because I'm free to do what I want and it just plays so smoothly. So I highly recommend playing Everdell. You can play it competitively or solo. So this is Allison with Solo Half Reviews. Have a good one. Happy gaming.